An absolute shock to no one who's been paying attention. We see that Jasmine Crockett lost her Senate bid last night, her Democrat primary for Senate in Texas, which shouldn't be a surprise because, again, this is the woman who said that she did not want Trump or MAGA votes. And Trump won Texas by 14 points over Kamala Harris in 2024. So where did she think she was going to be peeling votes off of? I mean, mathematically, it doesn't really make any sense. And how would she ever go to the general with that type of attitude? So not a shock there. I'm surprised she didn't do the Abigail Spanberger route and, run as a moderate, pivot toward the center. And then once she gets elected, she can be a far left Looney Tune because we're stuck with her now, right? But didn't quite do that. In another shock last night, or maybe not so much of a shock, Dan Crenshaw, who was a Republican, actually lost his primary last night. Well, he came into office on a wave. He was, the media darling, and he had the eye patch and the war stories and all that stuff. But as time went on, like Jasmine, he got, caught up in the fame. He got caught up in, being on TV all the time and, being that guy to where he became a jerk. And he actually became more so known for being a jerk to his constituents and, his insider trading more than anything else. So, is it really a shock? Not really. What this does say is that Trumpism, MAGAism is definitely not over. We see that virtually everybody that Trump endorsed last night, they all won. So going into 2026, this should be a very interesting election. I mean, historically, the Republicans should lose the House, but then again, you really don't know. There's been a lot of apportioning, a lot of things going on in different states. We really don't know. November is a long time from now. So we will see. And going to 2028, the heir apparent from MAGA has not exactly been put out there yet. Is it going to be J.D. Vance? Is it going to be somebody else that we don't know altogether? Who knows? But it should be very, very interesting. But I think the lesson from last night is that hating Trump and just being a Trump hater, it's not necessarily going to win you elections or bring home the bacon with the constituency that you actually need to win. Same with Al Green. He's now going to a runoff and will probably lose his seat as well, because what does he have besides going to the State of the Union and holding up signs and getting kicked out? What, if anything, has Al Green ever contributed to anybody? What is he known for outside of these stunts? Nothing. So people are going to want more than just stunts. They want some type of substance. They want you to be actually doing something. So these elections coming up should be very, very interesting. And the primaries now, in the runoffs in May in Kentucky, especially is going to be interesting in Thomas Massey. There's going to be a whole bunch of interesting things going on for the next couple of months into November. So I'm excited to see all that's shaken up. But Jasmine Crockett is no more. Wow.